Helen,
Or
did you come to the what was it, to the polo match?
No, I didn't. I've been to a lot of polo matches. I grew up out here, so
Oh,
I've
so it's
been to
like
several.
whatever. That's like me being at home going to the monument in the White House, and people are like, "Did you see the president?" I'm like,
Yeah, been
"Okay,
there, done that a
right,
lot.
a whole lot,
that's
In
funny.
fact, when I was in college, my friends started that, and they were like,
really."
it was a group of 30 guys under 30, and they did it so they could find dates.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
that's how it started. It worked out
Okay,
well, let me tell you.
I'm sure.
That's
Wow.
fun.
Sunday night, Ruth is going to be on, and she's making it interactive. So she's
Oh, that'd be
telling me to
fun.
tell everybody to bring paper and pen. She's a
Okay.
handwriting expert,
Oh, that's exciting.
nationally renowned.
Yeah, that's
She
very
helped get
cool.
Jack Kevorkian off and some other people
I'm be
with their
running.
handwriting.
I'm gonna have to jump on right after Jim.
Jim might have you hanging out up at the penthouse,
I know.
unless he's having the event somewhere else.
Nope, he's having it at his penthouse,
Where
his
are you guys going?
apartment.
Whose penthouse?
Jim Luke's
Jim
out in
Boots.
San Diego.
Oh, well, I told Tammy I'm going to be posting pretty soon. I am going to be hosting 3 retreats in October at my penthouse in Cabo.
Okay.
And so it it'll be around the Bisbee and the Black and Gold, so all the big fishing marlin tournaments and everything else. And so you see 200 boats every morning take off and a shotgun start. So it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
But I've got my own private pool, so I got like 3,000. I've got the whole 5th floor is mine.
That's
Well,
cool.
Now
at
that's a
least 6 weeks
penthouse.
out of the year.
Tell
Yeah.
Jim that's a penthouse.
And Jim will say, "Well, Tammy, have they seen my view? I can. They can't see the Gulf of Mexico behind them like I can.
Oh,
Yeah, I can mock him
well,
very
that's
well.
because it's in front of me. It's on my balcony. I have a wraparound balcony. I'm right on Mindano
Right.
Beach.
That's how I thought his was, but it's a nice view, but you can see construction and some other stuff
Oh,
too.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
exactly down by the ocean. He's up a bit. He's downtown.
he's that. Yeah,
He's uptown,
still fun.
downtown.
It's
he
still
called me
fun.
and left me 2 messages yesterday.
Did he? That guy. He just sent me all the info. Okie dokie.
He's like, "Hey, Carla, let's do this together." I was thinking, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll call you back, Jim." All right.
Man of many ideas, huh?
Oh
I
yeah,
think he thinks I'm his sister, really, since I went out there in person, and I was out there with both Jims.
that was fun. I'm glad you got to do that. That's awesome.
He's like, "Everybody loves you,"
Kenny
and
Rogers.
he's a mess. And now that he has his new teeth, you can't. He's got that $1 million smile.
I know. He fixed it.
He's
That's fun.
smiling all the time.
Well, everyone I know who's had teeth replaced and fixed, it's
Hmm.
just so wonderful. I mean, it's insane how you didn't realize that they weren't always smiling
Right.
before, but boy, what a
Yeah, he
booster
would
for
kind of grin in a
yeah.
half smile. He never like a full smile before. Now every picture is like,
Yeah.
wow,
Ding.
wow.
That's so funny.
uh,
Sooner or later, that'll be me. I'll have to get my teeth done. These aren't real.
you can smile, cut it out.
These aren't real.
They're
My
in your
They
youngest
mouth. They're real.
is
they're starting to pull forward. They only
They're in your
last so
mouth. They're
long. I'll have
real.
to get it done again. They're porcelain.
As long as
Porcelain.
they don't come out while you're talking, you're good. If they do, pop them back in there. Good.
We went on a trip, right? My family and I were going on a cruise. 4th of July, my dad's birthday, and we stayed over because, of course, we're from Northern California. So we drove down and we stayed in this hotel right on the dock before we go on the ship. I'm flossing my teeth that morning, and I popped one of these caps off and went,
Mm-mm.
Oops.
what do I do now? So I called my insurance. They're like, go down to the pharmacy and buy this little thing that's the glue, right? Because nobody's open. And I never used it. And I pushed, and it's like it snapped, and it stayed. I went, I don't know what just happened there, but I went through the whole cruise, no problem. Came
Yeah,
back, went to the dentist, they resealed it. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. I found out
yeah,
there's only
shouldn't have
like
come
two
loose.
stitches. That's it.
Wow.
Crazy. They put them over my
No,
old
no
teeth.
ice cubes for you.
I know,
Right.
right? Yeah,
No apples, no ice cubes.
I'm one of those, I had pneumonia as a baby, so it leached a bunch of the calcium out of my teeth.
Okay.
No fun.
My youngest has terrible teeth. I mean, by the time he was 3, he had like 8 crowns. And I look at the doctor, I don't give him candy, I don't give him sugar because it's not you. He's got his dad's teeth and they're just not
Mm,
good.
that's
So,
crazy.
I
Well,
remember
it's
a kid
bone.
back
It's
when I
bone.
worked in DC. He had all silver teeth.
Oh
Like
man,
he had grills, but he was a little kid.
right.
capped. Already capped. That's crazy. They did that.
Oh,
The boy's dad had that done to them. He had fillings put in the boys' mouths at like 5
no, I don't mean
without
fillings. I
without
mean
my
this
knowledge.
kid's teeth were
No,
silver, like grills,
capped.
logos,
Yeah, but that metal
completely
in your mouth is
metal.
terrible for you.
Yep, that is awful. Metal in your mouth. I heard that. My friend was like all about the fillings, the silver fillings,
Yep.
Mhm.
and
I know a lot of
all
people
the
have had
reading
all
about how bad they are. It actually leaches into your bloodstream. So she was in the process over a period of years of getting them removed and what is it? The other one's amalgam or something like that that they replace it with.
again.
And then
Yeah,
they'll be talking about that next.
right. That'll
It's
be bad
like,
too.
yeah, everything you just never know.
That gives them a reason to have to replace it.
I'll say drink water. No, don't drink that water because if you drink this water, it's got micro whatever in it.
Eggs are
Don't
good for
drink
you.
this.
Eggs are bad for you.
This, yeah, eggs
Fluoride's
are
good
good.
for
You need the
you. It's bad
protein.
for you.
Right. Then
Butter's
it's
bad.
bad. Then
Butter's good. That's funny. Tomato, tomato. It's horrible. Can't even believe it. That's funny. Girl, did you get your work done, Carla?
some of it, I still got a lot to do.
That's good.
That's our life though, isn't it? I don't think I'm ever
Yep.
done.
Right.
I
No,
usually just say, screw it, that's it. It'll be there
because
tomorrow.
I
Yep.
we've
Start
got
over again tomorrow.
we're working in triads on one of the research projects, and we're representing Durham and Duke University, me and 2 other people. So, and Dr. Strauss, we have to kind of catch him when we can catch him because he's got all those patients to catch up with. And then Ryan is a researcher up there, and then me and all my stuff. So we're all like, okay, let's just send each other a quick text and then get our homework done.
Ooh,
Hey, Julianne.
Hey, really weird stuff.
what happened?
We had well, first of all, hi.
Hi.
We have really, really high winds today,
Uh-oh.
35-mile-an-hour winds. And I didn't think I'd have electricity for 48 hours. That's what they said.
Wow.
I mean, it was really scary.
You got it
And
back?
well, yeah, yeah, I did. But this is what's weird. I came in here to use my iMac and it's doing weird things. And so I can't use it. And so the next thing I did is I'll try the iPad. So I turned on the iPad and it's doing the same thing. It's not bringing all your back messages up, so I could find your Zoom room.
Oh
So now
goodness.
I'm
Wait,
on the phone.
Well,
did
The
you
thank
want
you
it?
for
phone is
letting
I
us.
can
working.
send it to you on your I can email it to you, Julianne, if you want to be on your computer.
Yeah, well, if you can do that, that'd be. Now I
Yeah.
already just canceled. I was going to
Well, yeah,
cancel.
you just close that out and it would pop you
Yeah,
back into the other room if that's
yeah,
easier. Because I know the screen is bigger, so I'm
yeah.
sure I know
Right,
it's a
right.
little
Yes.
easier for me too.
Okay,
Let me do
send an email. Thanks. That'd be cool.
go in here.
It's just weird the way the computer's, acting up.
Yeah.
Now it's bringing up Claude.
Oh yeah, and I better tell Tammy now. We have a severe thunderstorm
Oh no,
watch out
you're
here until
sane.
9 o'clock.
So if you
A
disappear,
lot of
we
If I
weather. We'll be
disappear,
like,
that's what
there goes
happens.
Carla.
Right.
There goes Carla.
Fingers,
Really
toes, eyes
weird.
crossed.
I couldn't miss not hearing Helen. Oh my God, are you kidding?
Hey.
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
Woo-hoo,
Hi, baby.
Next.
Hi,
Hey,
baby.
To the
Julianne,
party.
Yes.
it's Julie@julianne.com or .com.
Uh,
Julie at
no,
Julie Graham.
do JAG, JAG
Oh,
2288.
Jag. Wait a minute.
Yeah, JAG
Jag.
228822.
I know I have that. I got that one. Okay. Gotcha.
You should have that in there.
I
Yeah.
got you. It
I
popped.
love this banner. You girls look so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Thank
It is. It's great. I don't
Did
know
you see
how
what
you
they
do
did to
that.
me?
No,
Oh
show
my
me
You
that
look
God.
one.
great. You're a superhero.
I'm a superhero.
Show me that
Wait till
one.
they do it to you, Phoenix.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yes.
July 2nd.
See, Finex is
Finex is soon, July 2nd.
July 2nd.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Yep, she coming up.
You'll
Uh-huh.
have to put that
There you
up
go,
at the
Julianne. I
gym.
sent it to you.
Okay.
Promote
It-
it.
Becca is next
it's
week.
coming across country.
Oh, Becca will be good. Becca will be great.
Hi,
Becca,
Julie.
I
Hi,
have your
honey,
book,
how are
Phoenix.
you?
look at
Look, oh,
There
Oh,
it is. I
wow.
got it. I got
look
it.
at
I gotta get
you.
it. I
look at
want
you
mine
guys.
autographed. I got Dr. Virgin.
Yeah, I
I've
gotta
got
get
one and then
autographs
I've got an
too.
autograph copy.
Carla, will you pull up the one y'all made for Helen? I want to see that.
Oh, here, I can pop it in here. Hold
I
on.
can pop it up. It looks good.
It came out
See,
great.
I love that coat, Carla. What's that? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing
I got
Calvin
she looking
Klein or
good.
Anne Klein. I think
Sexy.
Anne Klein.
Sexy.
Thank you.
Mm,
You guys all see my screen over here. Let's see.
yeah.
Let's see.
Da, 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 da. Da, da, da,
We need
da.
to put
Whoop.
Julianne in a superhero outfit also.
Just for fun.
I'm
Yes,
gonna get
that'd be
May.
great.
Yeah, May has inspired me. I want her to make my outfit. May
Mm.
was a guest on with me and Tara, and she does cosplay and Renaissance festivals, and she can
Oh,
sew
how
anything.
fun.
She
Wow.
sews
Who does
anything.
who does the Renaissance thing?
Her name is May Himmer.
Oh, okay.
We'll have her on here one night too. We've got her book for
He's coming up too.
September 24th.
Now, did she do this that we're looking at right now?
No.
Your pictures?
No, but she can make these.
Yeah.
I
Did
thought I
you
was
do
gonna.
this, Tammy?
Tammy did that.
Okay, I'm on the computer now, so I'll say goodbye.
She is.
Start a file a meeting. Let me see it.
There we
Okay.
go.
Oh,
Put back
heck
in.
yeah.
Looks
I
good.
Go, Helen.
love
I'm glad you
it.
put it in the chat.
I'm
Yeah,
not seeing it, so.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's in the chat.
you're in the chat.
Up
I
There
love
I
it.
am.
Oh my God. Oh, I pulled it out. Oh my God, I love it.
Came out
Hey, that's
great, huh?
we
Oh,
need
it's
to do a
beautiful.
retreat and
It's
have
good.
everybody with their superhero costumes on.
Right? You
I'm
guys show up.
coming. I'm
You
coming.
get,
Yeah.
wait,
Forget
hold
Comic-Con,
on.
we do our
No,
own.
no.
Wait, you can
We're
wear 'em
gonna
down
do
in
it in
Cabo.
Cabo.
We might have to have a
Helen.
little less material.
Helen, this is so dope,
Great,
girl. I
double
love this.
impact.
I love this. It looks so good.
Ryan, I know you'll
Oh,
be ready.
whoever made this, fire.
Danny.
Fire,
Oh, it's
Tammy.
9:01. We got to get started here.
Here we go. Here we
We're already
go.
having a party before the
We're
party.
having a party party.
We're gonna have a party. Can you guys hear it?
This is more than a
Yes.
show.
Wow.
This is a movement.
Thank
Two
you for coming.
voices, one mission. Welcome to Double Impact Live. Hey! Yeah. Hey, yeah. We walked through the fire, didn't break, didn't fall, turned pain into power. Now we answer the call from the struggle to the spotlight. Yeah, we earned our place. Now we rise, now we lead, now we set the pace. You can feel it in the room, yeah, the energy's real. Every story, every scar, yeah, we're here to reveal. There's a purpose in the pressure, there's a plan in the fight. Now we step into the stage, yeah, we step into the light. No more silence, no more fear. We were built for this right here. Voices rising loud and clear. This our moment, yeah, we here. Double impact, feel the fire ignite. Two voices rising, gonna light up the night. We don't back down, we don't play small. We stand up, we rise, we answer the call. Double impact, yeah, we changing the game, till the pain and the purpose. Let 'em remember the name. This is more than a show, this is truth, this is life. Welcome to the movement. Double Impact Live. Every battle we face, yeah, it made us strong. others, yeah, we bringing them along. From confusion to clarity, from fear to control. Now we helping you rise, yeah, we speaking to your soul. We don't just talk, yeah, we walk what we teach. From the storms that we live to the lives that we reach. Now it's time, yeah, it's yours, come and step in your power. This is your turning point, this is your hour. If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever felt unheard, if you've ever had to fight through something you didn't choose, this is for you. This is where warriors are built. This is where voices are heard. This is where change begins. Double impact. Feel the fire ignite. Two voices rising. Gonna light up the night. We don't back down. We don't play small. We stand up. We rise. We answer the call. Double impact. Yeah, we changing the game. Turn the pain into purpose. Let them remember the name. This is more than a show. This is truth. This is life. Welcome to the movement. Double Impact Live. Hey! Two voices, one mission, real impact. Let's go! Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a beautiful song. You write that one too? Did you write that one?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And
AI
you
wrote
sing
that
it?
one, but yes.
You sing that too?
I did not sing that. No,
Oh,
AI
that,
sang
No,
that.
she didn't.
that was beautiful.
Thank you,
Wow.
Julianne. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming. I'm so excited, Carla. I know you are too. We got these people that show up for us every week, man, and we're really blessed to have that and have all these people here. And thank you guys so much for that. And today, Carla, we had a little snafu, but that's all
It's all
right.
good.
It's all good because here's what happened. We had a cancellation on the guy that was supposed to be here, but I think it's pretty appropriate who stepped in because we had to do what?
Pivot. Well, you had to have a pity party first, I'm sure,
We
for
were a little bit just for, yeah, a little tiny second. That's it. So, Helen, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Helen Connors-Groom, and I know most of these ladies from Forbes Riley's Next Level Speaker and FredX and some of the other wonderful programs that she does. But prior to that, during my younger life, I was an athlete. I competed in multiple sports and then went on to be on the US powerlifting team and broke world records because I got drunk with the wrong people at a bar and decided I would be in women's powerlifting. And then it worked out really good. I mean, I ended up being very serious about it and doing it, but that went on to help me with regards to continuing coaching athletes. And then I moved into corporate America. My background is developing sales territories for dealerships and manufacturers. And so I've started over 40 different territories and brought them up to, over almost $2 million in 1 year on almost all of them. And then I started my own companies and I've had 3 or 4 and have done the same thing. Then I had kids.
Well, I know you don't know about us, and I know that Carla, she's not heard what double impact is.
Yeah, double impact is not just some cute little name for a show with 2 people, even though we know 2 people double,
Right.
2 is double.
And we're
It's
cute.
a framework that I came up with to describe this show and to help people, not with just some watered down cotton candy idea of reality, but to help people in everyday life. So with the
Perfect.
D, that stands for drained. How
Okay.
many have been drained out here? I know I have. And then we have the O, overwhelmed. That happens weekly here with all the research teams and all the things that are on my plate, and I'm sure other people as well. Then you, when you don't feel seen, you feel you're unseen, unheard, and you are like trying to figure it out on your own. Then most people become burnt out after that. That's what the B is for, bombed and burnt out. L, that creates limited thoughts and limited thinking, limited mindset. And then that transitions most of the time with all of that stuff piling up like a dam and overflowing. Then there's exhaustion. So that's the double part of the framework. And
Absolutely.
then Tammy, I'm gonna let you break down the impact, the turnaround.
Well, once you get to all that, then hopefully you get past it and you go into impact, which is learning who you are, which is your identity. And M is mindset, which I'm pretty partial to because I know that mindset in and of itself can really shift how you think and where you're heading. P, after mindset, you might find your purpose. I know I'm finding my purpose, and hopefully that's what mindset does for you. Find your purpose. Now you start to act on that, which is A. And C, once you act on it, you start having more confidence. It really starts to bring out that you connect with all of those things, your purpose and acting on it. And now you can have more confidence. And once you do that, you start to, you transform into where you want to be. And that's why we have this amazing, what Carla created, double impact framework, which I think explains it for all of us. I think everybody has experienced that. I don't think anybody is excluded from that. I think it's a wonderful way to explain things. And we don't like to candy coat anything around here. I think we're all just real people talking about real stories and wanting to have a real impact. So that's what we're all about. I know Petra just walked in here. I don't think you walked in. You just clicked a button, but
Petra's
you
here.
know, look at her. Here she comes. That's right. She's walking in. So you didn't get to hear about Helen. Helen graciously jumped on board, and we're super excited about that. So maybe catch Petra up.
Well, I was
Hello,
just
everyone.
hi Petra. I was talking about early life. Well, I've gotten back to, and I'm glad that you talked about as far as powerful and trying to help making an impact on other people. And that's kind of where I'm at. I always thought, and I know that most of the people I know that are successful, like all of you, we are so resilient and we just bounce back or we pivot or we do things and we do it naturally. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and we get stalled, but it's really hard because you realize nobody else knows how to do that. Unfortunately, my son, when he was 16, was involved in a fireworks explosion. And I thought that when I found him, I thought he had lost both hands.
Oh my God.
And we were air vac back to the United States. And we spent 6 months in the burn center, 42 surgeries. He ended up having his arm sewn into his stomach for 8 weeks. So it was not a nice situation. But how do you tell a 16-year-old his life isn't over when he thinks it is? And so that's how we came up with the pity party. And so it was every morning Colby could cry, yell, scream, curse God, do whatever he wanted to do. But we literally set a timer. And at the end of that, we had to stop. We took a deep breath, and then we found something to be grateful for. In the beginning, it was the fact that he was alive. Later, it was that he could walk down the hall. And, it got to the point where there was even a day when he could go to the bathroom by himself and he didn't need someone else to wipe his butt. So, you have to find humor in some of those things. But what I found by us doing that, just like you guys with double impact in your framework, it is another way for us to be able to show other people how to do that. When it all hits the fan or you're overwhelmed or things are bad, having a system or a framework that people can understand makes a massive difference. And as you listen to very successful people, you'll start to hear the words pivot and pause and impact or overwhelmed and how they changed it. And it's a skill that a lot of people just get, but it's a skill that can be learned. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do now is teach people how, when they stall or when they're overwhelmed and frozen, how to use the pity party. And it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. You can be standing in the grocery store line and go, you can have a pity party just because that person in front of you is about to trip. And it makes it funny. You realize, oop, having a pity party. Nope, now we're going to change and go on. So it gets to be a great little framework. I do it a lot with corporate too, because nobody gets blamed. They can all just bitch and nobody's at fault. And then when it's done, we're done.
I
So
think
I can
it's
definitely relate.
yeah, and I think it kind of connects to my unbothered because I kind of say the same thing with the unbothered, right? Okay, you can be bothered, but don't let it stay with you.
Right.
So I think having that pity party is very similar to that, and I do think it's important for people to stay in that for a minute. It's okay to have that feeling. I think you and I have talked about that, Carl. It's okay to have feelings. Just don't let them take over and be everything that day or that even that hour.
Right,
You know,
you've got to be able to move past that. And I want to ask you, Helen, with this pity party framework, you said it was based around a tragic accident that your son had, but things got better. Do you think part of that framework was within you when you were an Olympic athlete? I'm very impressed by it. You kind of blew
Oh,
over it.
absolutely. Yeah. So
you did.
I grew up on a ranch in Arizona, and I grew up in a family of 10 kids. There was no time. You just went. You fell, you got up, you fell off a horse, you got back on. And so that part of it I learned. And yes, I was told that when I was 18 that I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life if I continued competing. And my parents gave me that choice. And I chose to compete. And I knowing exactly what it meant. I said I'd rather be in a wheelchair and have tried than not to be in one and not ever know if I could have done it or not. So I think it's a resilience. And I know, Carla, your background as well, when you have athletics and things like that, it's something you learn or you grow up with, and you don't really appreciate that skill as much. And you think everybody can do it, and they can't.
That's true.
Yep.
I just had that conversation with my god sister before I got on here tonight, and we were talking about intrinsic and extrinsic things and people who can move forward into their calling and others who wait for someone to continue to push them and boost them up before they really start to click and believe what's already inside them, that they really don't need someone else to push and boost them up for. We were talking about that tonight.
Right. And I think too, the other thing that I've learned over the years is the difference between the people who are truly successful, and you can, that's how you judge that is totally up to every individual, but it's the people who move forward before everything's right. And that's one of the things that, I was lucky. My dad was an entrepreneur. I got to see a lot of businesses started that people were like, "Oh, you don't have money." And he's like, "That money is the easy part." I mean, and I remember them, one of their friends just throwing a dart at a wall when they had the classifieds up, and okay, we'll buy that business because it's the same thing. And you'll learn the actual skills that you need once you go. And I think too many people, and especially young people these days, think they have to have it all figured out, and they're so used to Google or any of those things giving them all the answers, but they really don't know what any of those answers mean. You have to
Yep.
leap. You got to take that leap and then do it.
Yeah, they need to open up an encyclopedia like we had to in a dictionary.
Actually,
You need
that's
20
funny.
minutes to get the answer.
That's funny
Right.
that you said that. My son said that. He said, "Well, it's so hard to do this writing." And I went, "We had to go to the library, stay in the library, find the books on an index card in the catalog. Not so hard."
Microfiche.
Right?
I know.
Microfiche. That's funny. I think it's true because it's minimized or definitely made it easier to be entitled than what we
Yes.
had growing up. And it's hard to watch kids just think that everything should just be handed to them.
Well, I think it's also important. One of the things that I work with people at, it's important to teach, whether it be our kids or our employees or whatever, to lose.
Mhm.
Because the only way you get better is if you've lost.
That's
What, you
right.
don't
And you
want them to have a
and you have to learn how to do
participation
it
trophy.
gracefully, and you have to be able to go back and do like an after action review and say, what did I do well? What might I have done better? And what will I do next time? And if you don't teach people that, then everything's a failure. And failures are awesome, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
Once
what
you
you
learn
learn.
to say that, it's great.
I have a question for you, Helen. I
Mhm.
probably know the answer. So what do you think of this? We give them a participation trophy.
I think it's terrible. I mean, there are going to be great people and there are going to be bad people. And that doesn't mean they can't compete or they can't be on the team. That's a whole different story, but you don't get a trophy just for showing up. You don't get a trophy to show up in life.
That's
We need
right.
to teach people real life. And sometimes you're going to lose and there'll be times I have as a gymnast, I have won meets that I should not have won. It was a terrible performance. I have lost meets that I should have won. So you have to be able to take both. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It could have been your best performance of your life, and there's other people judging, and
Yeah.
they may not think so. And sometimes it's politics, sometimes not.
What do you say to someone who has a kid in organized sports and their goal is to be an Olympic athlete? I'm still very impressed by that. I did not know that when we were in Mesa together.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, I look back and it's funny because nobody will tell you what's involved to be at that level of sports or at that level of anything. And hindsight being 2020, if someone told you what was involved, you would never do it. Just flat out would never do it. I was fortunate that my parents, when I was in sports, they would get me anywhere, but they never waited or never asked me. If I wasn't in the car ready to go to practice, they weren't going to go pull me and drag me. There are too many dance moms, dads and everything. I'll go to a football game and they're yelling at referees and they're rude and they're terrible and they shouldn't even be there. It has to be a desire that the kids want, and they have to be able to feed it. I realize sometimes it's very expensive and things like that, but the kid has to want it and it has to be their desire. And my best recommendation, especially with boys, is they should be doing multiple sports, not one. It shouldn't be just one, and girls as well. But I'm just saying the more you train, but saying from day one you're going to be a professional football player or you're going to do this is a terrible thing to do, because not very many people do.
Yeah.
Not very
That's
many
true.
people make it. And hindsight being 2020. So here I'm on the cover of all the magazines. I'm on NBC. I'm on in the TV guide. I'm all that stuff. And then you get to a point when you retire did everybody like me just because I was on the cover of the magazine? Or because I knew all the football players and I knew all the pro athletes and I knew all those guys? Is that why they like me or not?
Mhm.
And so it's a very big transition, kind of like a bodybuilder, Finex, when they stop competing, you have to train for months to get back into regular clothes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so it's a tough thing. Is it worth it? Oh my God, absolutely. But I can recall and I know anybody's that when you've been in the zone, and it doesn't matter if it's work related, a talk, or an athletic thing, when you're in the zone and everything's perfect and you're like out of your body, it's like an out of body experience, and you can see everybody, hear everything that everybody is saying. It's slow motion, and you can recall it at any time your entire life for the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter if it's sports or business or life. The day you got proposed to, or the day that happened, or whatever, you remember it forever.
You
And
said something I thought
yeah.
was interesting. Yeah. You said something I thought was interesting too, because I think so much of what you do is a mindset situation. And I think that's super important. So shifting your mindset to, okay, something that you want to do. I saw that in my own son. My son, my youngest, they hated high school, COVID kid, but I didn't force him to go to college. 2 years later, he came in saying he wants to go get his bachelor's in animation and go to Cal State Long Beach. I'm not making him do that. But what I find is he's got the drive to do that. So he's doing it because it's something he wants to do. And I think that's missing in a lot of people, is that drive, because they don't have any kind of goals. They don't have a mindset to go somewhere with that.
Well, and I don't know that they learn the possibilities. And I have to say, growing up in a family of 10 kids, some kids in my family are very motivated and some are not. So it's not a question of
We're a
that.
big family.
But what my parents did do with that many kids is we didn't have maids and we didn't have any of that stuff. My parents made a list of every single thing that needed to be done. And literally from ironing handkerchiefs back in the days when all the guys, when men wore handkerchiefs, to dusting, to anything you can imagine, vacuuming, cleaning. I mean, our beds always had to be made and our rooms had to be cleaned, but everything else had a price on it. And I mean, some of it was a penny, but boy, could you make money. And if you made money whenever you wanted to, so when I was running, in Junior Olympics and I needed to go to El Paso and I got to pay for the sponsor because my parents aren't going with me. I got to take a chaperone to take me because I'm only 13. So now I got to buy 2 airline tickets. My dad had a deal whenever you raised half the money, he would match whatever you raised. But in all reality, he would pay for the whole damn thing. But you had to
Right.
have raised it literally.
He motivated you.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it's a great way to motivate kids.
Mhm.
And it wasn't just motivation, that's teaching you work ethic. And it's
Very
teaching
good
you
work
that
ethic.
there things you have to invest in yourself and invest in things that you really want and work
Right.
hard towards them. How do you translate that and teach people in the corporate world the same thing? Because sometimes I've noticed that people in the corporate world sometimes act like kindergartners.
Oh, God. Is that the understatement of the century? Well, first of all, when I'm training salespeople, one of the first things I do is teach them to lose because what the fact of life in sales is, and it's pretty consistent regardless of the product that you're selling, until you get very good at the specific product and industry that you're in, you can have approximately 20 no's before you're going to get a yes. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's always so until you learn to say, oh, one more no, I'm that much closer to making that commission on that next sale. That was big. The other thing that I have found is that they're all so busy, kind of like being Google people, trying to impress you with how much they know.
Mm.
When I was in the office products industry, they would be, oh, this copier goes so many copies a minute, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. So I used to hand out Nerf balls, and I'd have 50 people in a training class. And whenever someone would start saying something that nobody cared about, and it's just like our speeches as well, where we tell everybody all the things we're going to wonderfully do for them. Nobody cares. So we used to start winging these Nerf balls at people to get them to realize we don't care. We want to know what you're going to do for us.
Yeah.
So
Right.
why do I care that that copier goes so fast? Well, because my employees aren't standing at the copier having coffee break all day and not getting any work done, and I'm saving money. That makes a
Yep.
big difference. Or, you know, Tammy, with your financial, when you work with people with financial, they don't care that you do finances, but they care all the things they can give, or the fact that they can go to bed at night and sleep and they're not up all night worried about how they're going to do it. Or when
Yep.
you explain the court system to, and we've both been through the court system, and I'm
Yep.
sure others as well, but it's a nightmare. And
Yeah.
it's nice to know that you're not insane. And
Yeah.
it goes that way. So in corporate, I think the biggest thing is the pity party helps take away the blame, because the one thing you hear, it's not my job, not my responsibility. Tammy did it. Phoenix did it. It was all her fault. Not me. And it doesn't matter. Just like in the Super Bowl, I have at least 100 friends that have played in the Super Bowl at different times of life. No one asked them how long did they play. No one knows if it was the guy the water boy, but he's got a Super Bowl ring as well. Some of those people never went on the field. So it's the team effort.
Mhm.
And when I worked with the Kansas City Kings and when I worked with the ASU's athletes, is giving them a place to say, I'm not at my best today. Maybe if someone else is in a better place, put them in. So if the team is number one, nobody cares at the end of the day who played,
That's
really.
right. That's right.
I want to
I
know,
think, go ahead.
you said you had a family of 10 children in your house. Where did
Yes.
you fall in line there, and how did you lift your voice so you didn't go unseen and unheard?
Mm.
Well, Ironically, I was adopted, just so you know. So there's 10 kids. One was natural. My mom had AB negative blood before they had developed the vaccination so that she could keep having kids. She would have miscarriages. So she adopted 8, and then we had one foster child. So I was the third kid in the house,
Wow.
third from the bottom as far as ages. And then when I was 60, I found my birth family found me. So now I have another 5 brothers and sisters. So that's entertaining as well. But I just I learned not to wait. If I wanted something, and my dad was pretty good at saying, ask for forgiveness. You know what I mean? So we knew what the boundaries were. We knew what we could do or not do. But I didn't really sit there and whine and can I do this or can you take me there? I'm like, I'm going. If I have to ride my bike, I do it. And I know that my dad used to, like, even as early as 3, he's like, we're at the school carnival and I'm not even in school. And he's like, where the hell is she? And then I come back and I've like won every toy there is and everything. I remember moving to Arizona, and the first thing I said to the mailman came up to our house, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Helen. I'm 3 and I'm adopted." I mean, we were taught to be very proud of that, and that's kind of the way I went, and I didn't care what anybody said.
Well,
Not like
they were so
some
good
other,
with you.
yeah, they were great. I
Really
mean, I
good
won
with you.
literally, when I say I won the adoption lottery, I mean, I did.
Yeah. And with all those kids, that's so impressive. I think, you've got to commend people like that because, as you said, watching people go through the legal system and going through all of those things, you see a lot of the reverse. So it's nice to
Yeah.
hear that you had that. I had a really good family. My parents, 5
Well,
kids, but we were all natural to my parents, and that was hard just with 7 people in the house. I can't imagine your day to day with that many people in your house.
Well, yeah, and my mom was a nurse, so we didn't. Most of us had. I had cross-eyed when I was born. One of my brothers is a type 1 diabetic, insulin dependent from day one. He died at 65 of natural causes, not because of the diabetes. He was giving himself his own shots from day one, and 4 kids were an abusive family. They were all brothers and sisters and needed to be kept together, and so our family doubled in size overnight. So we had a little bit of everything. But it's interesting to go back and look. Everybody was afforded the same opportunity. Some took it, some didn't, some excelled, some didn't, some just rode the line, so it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
What do you think made you have that drive to excel and to get to the level that you got to?
I think in the beginning, because I had so many brothers and they were always doing the cool stuff. Sorry, my sisters weren't doing anything that was fun. And so, they were doing more of the house stuff and that, sewing, and I could care less about any of that. So I was really involved in sports, played football, played baseball. And you had to get really tough really quick. And if you did it, people were really impressed. I mean, it's like, shit, that girl just caught the touchdown. So I learned that I got recognized for doing things well very early.
That's awesome.
I played football also in my cousin's backyard, but I made the rules up. The guys hated to see me come because I was the boss. It was his yard. He was the only one with the football uniform on, the whole Redskins gear, NFL official kids gear. And I came around like I was special teams, and they were like, not Carla. Does she have to play? And he was like, either she plays or you all leave my yard. Like we were like 6 and 7 years old, like he had a house, but because I wouldn't let him tackle me. I wouldn't let them tackle me. They couldn't get me dirty. You couldn't mess up my hair.
No.
Don't step on my shoes, and you better not touch my butt. So,
Oh, that's funny.
I like playing with the boys too, but I had my own rules.
Oh yeah, see,
You had a little bit easier time getting a touchdown. Right?
I got torture. I mean, it was like tackle. It didn't matter. I got no special privileges on that one.
That's funny. It's interesting that you say that because I think sports, when we talk about sports, are so integral, and you see that the school systems, start to try to remove them and take them out of the budget. And I know there's expenses and whatnot, but I do think even for myself and my family, that's one of the things that kept us kids in line, all five of us. They made sure we were in sports. I was in sports, band, church functions. I mean, I didn't have to skip school. I got to leave school. I'd be like, bye, right? See you later. I got band. See you later. I got to go to volleyball. See you later. I got basketball. Just leaving, and I got good grades and you had to keep them up,
Well,
right?
right.
In
And
order
I
to
think
do
that
that
was
stuff, you had to keep your grades up.
when you think about it, that was very motivating. It got to
Very
get out of
motivating.
school a lot, got to go on trips, got to go
Do fun
places.
stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
And people are like, I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. Like I'm not gonna be at school today because I'm going on way. So yeah, I think it's a very motivating thing as far as that's concerned. And it's very and I just think you have to learn so much because there's gonna be someone better than you.
Oh yeah.
And
Mhm.
so it makes you learn that. And I think it teaches you so much about life.
Yeah. I think
And
you're right in that too.
that's what I have to teach dance students. Dance and athletics go hand in hand. And I've
Hmm.
had some kids who have taken dance and they excel in sports. Just like the guys that went to college with me that played in the NFL, those who took ballet did a whole lot better
Yes.
professionally.
Yep.
The careers lasted longer. But it's hard to get parents sometimes to see, and I want to know, what I have you, Helen, give them advice out here. It's hard to make parents see that everybody excels at different levels and at their own space and time, but it also takes discipline and practice.
Right. And I think you know what I mean when I say dance moms. And I think the gymnastics, it was really bad. I
Yeah.
know competitive dance has gotten really bad as well. I have some friends that teach
Competitive
that
cheerleading too.
and
Yeah.
cheerleading. Yeah. And it's one of those things that it's not about the parents. And I think that's when especially if it's your studio or your gym or your whatever, and I did it when I was in high school. I would send kids home. I'm like, they got a test, their mind's not here. They're going to get hurt on this equipment. They've got to go. And their parents would be yelling and screaming. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. They're leaving.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the biggest battle is almost that you have to, it would be, I think, very beneficial to have when you bring in new classes, if you had parenting, the parents had to attend something.
A little workshop
This is
beforehand
this
or
is our
something, right?
rules. You don't
Yeah.
bitch, you don't scream, you don't yell at your kids when they walk through that door, they're mine. They're
I
Yeah.
not
have a
yours
whole packet
anymore.
on that.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely leave.
And I make them initial each part of that.
I
And we
Well,
will
read it
that's a
not.
out
good
loud.
thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, they just take over. You're right.
And they
I had
can
a
make
gal
it
in high
miserable.
Yeah, I had a gal in high school that was a freshman pitching underhand 90 miles an hour, unheard of. Her dad would stand behind the backstop screaming at her. She had, she was on the varsity team because she was so good. She hated it by the time she was a senior. She had offers and didn't take them. She ended up being a waitress. And that's how bad the impact can be. She didn't do it. She quit.
You're absolutely right. I have three kids that I know of this year who were US top in their age group wrestlers who all have quit their junior year because of the parents
Yep.
and the politics and the BS that's involved. Literally, they all had a shot at the next Olympics and they're all walk away.
Done.
That's a
Well,
Mhm.
because
shame.
Finish.
takes away the fun. It's not fun anymore.
It's got to be fun. If it's
Yeah,
not
it's got to
fun,
be fun.
it,
Yep.
it has to be fun.
Well, see,
Yeah.
sometimes I agree with that, Helen, and sometimes I don't. With Mary M. Hooker, who was my mother, when I wanted to quit dance, she would say, "You quit when I say you can quit, when I get good and ready. I pay for this, you're going." She wasn't a dance mom per se, but she believed in discipline and she believed that if you started something, then you finish it until the end. The same thing with my instrumental music. I would pretend like I was sick and I can't go to bassoon lessons. I can't, my stomach hurts. I can't go to play my flute. And she was like, you're going just like that. And then you go to bed when you get home since you're so sick. So she said, you quit when I say you can quit because I had started. This is what I wanted. This is what I asked for. So she made sure I finished it till the end. And I'm thankful for that now because I know if I do something, I've got to finish it.
Well, no, and you know what's funny about that? I think that's a great idea. I like it to be fun, but I totally agree with you. If you make a commitment to something, and if we think back how that translates into real life, how many of us have started new jobs? And that first 2 weeks are like going, oh my God, why did I come here? Why did I quit where I was? This is the worst place in the entire. And if you don't make it through and make that commitment and make that transition, then you love it. But there isn't a job that I have started at that the first 2 weeks that I was at didn't go, oh, what did I do? And I think you're right. And I think being able to finish something that you made a commitment to, whether it be you told people you would help out with something, or you're in a sport, or you're on a team, or you've made a commitment, or you've spent your parents' money. I think all of those are true.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of components that are involved in the successful outcome, right? I think that's true in a lot of things. I wish that COVID hadn't hit because my son was getting in trouble and I literally told him, pick a sport or an organization. He said, you're going to make me? I said, yes, I am. And he chose baseball and he started to practice and he loved it. But then COVID hit and there were no more sports. So he never played again. And it's crazy to watch that. But I knew from my experience growing up that was extremely beneficial in so many ways, right? I think teamwork is so crucial to adulthood in working with other people, right? If we don't know how
Oh,
to do that,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And I think we learn a lot of that from sports alone, from any kind of dance or whatever that may be. There's so many things that you could do, but teamwork, working with other people. But I also think that, being able to have the camaraderie, being able to have the discipline, you said, and I think that's true too, getting up and doing those things. And I know that for you, that took a ton of dedication to get to the Olympics. How'd you do
Well,
that?
it wasn't the Olympics. I was on the US team and I did go to Worlds, but no, the sport I was in is powerlifting, and that still is not in the Olympics. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
but the Olympic lifting is in there, but not powerlifting. So, but it's interesting to me right now and looking back, and I absolutely feel that boys and men should not compete in sports with women. I mean, I absolutely say that. But then I have to go back and look, and I have to be perfectly honest with you. I played on the seventh grade boys football team, and
Wow.
I won the men's US Invitational weightlifting meet. But that does not mean I was the best. That means that we were all there to break world records, and there are rules in that sport, and you have to have a clean lift. And if you're going for world records and you bomb out, and I'm the only one left in that weight class, I'm winning.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I to sit there and make it sound like, oh, I did it. I mean, yeah, well, yes, I won because I had 3 clean lifts. But again, when you say, it's not necessarily that you won the men's meet, but it works both ways. I think if a girl, I don't have a problem if a girl's willing, and I say this lightly because willing to do everything on an equal basis to compete with men. But when I started lifting, I was the first woman, and I was honored that I was allowed in the training rooms. I was honored that I was allowed to even be in the meets. I mean,
Hmm.
they got me in it. So I mean, they
Yeah, it's
kind
a
of
little different.
but later all these people walk in. Well, I want our own locker room, and I want this, and I want that, and I want an extra blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my God, you just
Special
ruined it.
treatment. Yeah, special
You just
treatment.
ruined the
Well,
whole thing.
I think you're right about that. And I think what I see is, okay, if a female wants to compete with men, that's hard. You're having to level up. That's
Right.
that's so different from males that want to compete as transgender, whatever that is, not to get into a lot of politics, but in women's sports, physically, you're stronger.
Oh yeah.
So is that cheating? I mean, it begs the question, okay, is that really, I don't think it's okay because I think it takes a lot. I know professional sports women have complained that they've lost medals to transgender men
Oh, it's really bad.
that are women that are competing, that are allowed to compete in their sports. Boxing. I know there was a boxing one where she lost, and now they're
I heard
starting to
that.
fight back saying, hey, not okay.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that one. There's certain sports we could be funny and have a guy go in and try and be a woman, compete in women's gymnastics. That would be entertaining. It wouldn't work very well, but
Right.
it would be entertaining. But there are definitely 90% of the sports out there, they really need to be structured separately. And what do we teach someone, especially the girls, well, or anybody, that you can work your entire life and be the best one, and your government or whoever makes that decision is going to let you get screwed.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think that's right. Just like I don't think it's right where you got, so is it Leah Thomas, the guy that was the swimmer, or the girl, the swimmer, the guy, the one, but
I think so.
he was like 400, 300, almost 400th in the nation as a male swimmer. And now
Yeah.
he's just gonna, and from the stories that I've heard, I don't know anybody personally, and that he didn't act much like a female when he walked in the locker rooms. He was acting just like a guy and like, I'm here and
Just
tough
taking
shit.
advantage of the situation. And I think we start to see that more and more. It's one thing to talk about people having equal opportunity. It's a whole nother thing when people are taking advantage and abusing that opportunity and twisting it to their advantage to hurt, and which hurts other people. So I think we've really crossed that line in a lot of professional sports for sure. You see it more and more.
Right. I think it happens a lot in just, I think ethics and doing the right thing has gone away in a lot of things, not just sports. And I think that um, I know a lot of very powerful, very great people who
Yeah.
have been really hurt bad by some unethical people. So hopefully our society starts to move the pendulum back the other way.
It'd be nice to see him shift. I think that would be
I agree.
wonderful. I
Let's
had,
shift for a second.
yeah, go for it.
Sorry, Tammy. Let's shift for a second because I want to make sure that the audience gets a chance to ask any questions to Helen before we before our time winds all the way
Finesse,
down.
finesse.
But I know Finex is ready.
That's unmute me, unmute me.
Yep, you're good.
My girl, my Helen, my girl. Okay, I want to hear. I know I've heard something about your son, the injury. I'm gonna ask a personal. Did he lose his hands?
He lost half of his left hand and he lost 3 tips of other fingers. So so his hand is missing from here. And then
Wow.
he's missing 2 of the fingers on one hand and and the pinky and one of his other digits on another hand.
Is there anything that he's using a mechanical device?
No, no, no. He's actually his hand is a little disfigured. It's kind of like, angled
Yeah.
because when they did the pins in his hands, it healed because it was sewn into his stomach, so it healed wrong, and the doctors offered to go in and break it and put it back the other way, but he's really not experiencing pain with it, so they said, our recommendation would be not to mess with it. If we go in and re-break all those bones and reset them, it would probably be a bigger mess. But yeah, so and he had to relearn. When he was in college, he was working on the assembly line at Boeing
Yeah.
while he was going to school. And he comes home and he's in absolute tears. And I'm like, Colby, what's going on? Well, whatever the part of the line he was working on required him to use the left hand and hold something when the machine would jerk every day to do something. And I said, you need to go tell them. I said, there are things in life that you are not going to be able to do because of your hand. And it's just a fact of life. And if you lose your job, you lose your job. You can't, it just is. And he went in and said, I really can't do this anymore. And I know if you want to fire me. And he goes, well, what do you mean you can't do it? He goes, well, my hand. He goes, well, what do you mean your hand? And Colby held his hand up and he goes, Jesus Christ, Colby, I didn't know you didn't have you only have half a hand.
What,
He
he
goes,
just
oh
wear
my
gloves?
God.
Did he wear a glove to kind of like hide it?
Yes. Well, he was wearing gloves, so nobody could see it. But then they put him on, and here he is at 20 running the CNCs on aerospace machine while he's going to school, and they wanted to give him a $70,000 a year job, and he's like, I'm going to stay in school. So
Nice.
but there are going to always be limits as far as that's concerned. But yes, so he lost a lot, but not enough.
Good
to
night.
be
And
that.
look at him, like skydiving like a rock star. Like he's a
He's pretty incredible. Yeah. So
So
in fact, when he was in the hospital, they were trying to save that graft for, I think they were we were in the second surgery. And I had said, and Tammy heard it in my speech today, was, um, I finally told the doctors after 18 hours, I said, stop. I said, you've been saving that for a graft for almost 36 hours now. And I had heard the chaplain called to the burn center 3 times that morning. And I said, we'll get by without I mean, we'll get by. We'll figure it out. Like you said, we'll get a mechanical hand. We'll do whatever it has to be. But there are people's lives you got to save. And so, you learn to have to make those choices. And I'll never forget how relieved that doctor was that he didn't have to keep trying. I mean, he felt like it was his duty to keep trying.
wow, Helen, I didn't know this whole that. Thank you for sharing that with
Oh,
me.
you're welcome.
I love you so much. And just hearing your whole story, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take up any more time, but hearing your whole story,
You're good
Helen,
for me.
just the fact that this was your moment today and I got to hear more of it. You've just lit my heart up, girl. I love you so much, Miss Helen.
Thank you.
I want to get to, I want to get to know you even more, sister.
Well, we're
That's
gonna
what
have
I.
we're gonna have a get together in Cabo.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing retreats in Cabo in October.
Well, you better make sure that I'm
Yeah,
invited.
no, you guys will know. I'm putting them all together next week.
All right. Mwah. Love you, girl.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jeanette.
Thank
Is
you.
there anyone else who has a question or comment for Helen? Don't be shy. Step right up.
Oh, come on, you guys, don't be easy.
Don't be easy and quiet.
We'll pick somebody.
Ryan, what
I
do you
knew
want
it.
to know? I'm squinting. Is it Ryan?
It's Ryan. Ryan.
Ryan,
He doesn't
He's
want to
trying.
unmute.
He's trying.
he's trying to unmute.
Maybe I can do it.
Might be able to help him unmute. It's not letting him unmute.
Huh. It's not letting me unmute him either.
I think
Interesting.
also Miss
Is
Shannon
that
wants
what's
to
going on? You've
unmute.
got everybody
Yeah.
muted and they can't ask a question?
No,
Yeah, I think Miss Shannon's
I should
gonna
be able to
unmute.
unmute him and it's not letting me ask to unmute. Try it now, Ryan. No?
You might have to type it in the chat. I don't know what's going on.
That's interesting.
That's
Oh, he
why.
said technical issues. Okay. Maybe he can
All right.
type it in the chat if he had a question.
Julianne, you got any questions?
I think Miss Shannon's been trying to unmute too. I would ask her.
Oh, Shannon, put it in the chat. I don't know what's going on. That
I
every
can,
time they update stuff on Zoom, stuff starts acting a little haywire.
Oh, I think she left. She may be coming
Oh,
back.
okay. Well, I've got a question
She
for
is
you.
unmuted.
Oh, is she? Oh, okay, I'll
Mhm.
let her go ahead.
I was wondering, when were you doing all these competitions, Helen? What time
Long
zone?
time ago.
80, 90?
I broke the world record in 1980.
Okay.
So I'm old, so I'm 60, I'll be 67 this year. So I've earned it. I've earned it. It's good. I competed in sports from 1966 and I retired in 84.
Because
And
I
Petra
always
said
used
you're
to
not
watch
old.
all the sports things,
Yeah,
all the,
right.
Yeah, so the
all of
ones,
it.
I mean, I ran track at ASU. So I ran the pentathlon, which is the 5 events. It's like the women's decathlon. So I ran that until they changed the 200 meter to a half a mile. And that kind of, I was done with that one. And when I was training, that's how I got into the weightlifting because they were just starting to train women to lift weights at that point. And they were like, oh my God, she's breaking world records. Let's get her in a meet.
Yeah.
And at first it started out to scare their friends because it was like a local team competing against each other and they thought they won't know what to do if a girl shows up. But then I ended up on the US team. So it became very serious after that point and a lot of fun from that, and a lot of work. But so that was that. And prior to that, it was mostly gymnastics, to be honest with you. I had scholarships at LSU and U of A and ASU for that, but it was politics and I decided to go into the track.
So what's this thing coming up in Cabo in September, did you say?
So I'm getting ready. I just told the girls, I'm gonna have 3 retreats in Cabo in October. So the last 2 weeks, we're gonna have like 5 days, 4 nights, something like that. I forget exactly what it is, but I'm going to put it out. Then I'll let you guys all know because you were here first. And then come down and we're going to, it's all inclusive, all the food. I have a 3,500 square foot penthouse across the entire 5th floor on the beach. And they have all the fishing tournaments. So it's fun to watch, and we can go hiking or not hiking. We can go up and watch the boats start in the morning from the top of the mountain, or we can sit on the patio or in my pool. I have a private pool. So we can sit in our pool and watch that as well, or watch the cruise ships come in because they park right in front of my unit. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Phoenix says she has over 100,000 airline miles, so she's coming.
Works. It'll be good. It's a lot of fun. And Cabo's one of those things, and everybody who's come to stay in Cabo has said it's been just absolutely transforms their lives, because it is a big wraparound patio, and you can do anything you want or not do anything you want. And I'm not going to be one of those people that say you have to do. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Do whatever you want. Don't do whatever you want. I mean,
Nice.
I've been going a long time. I know where a lot of the fun places are, but I also know how to go and be at Squid Row at 8:30 at night and look like I'm having a heck of a party with the pictures and everything else, and still be in bed by 10. So you know what I mean?
It's awesome.
I don't close the bars at 3 o'clock in the morning. I do paddleboard across every morning though, to the
That would be
arch.
beautiful. I would do that. Tara asked, how important is it for parents to encourage their athletes to use their abilities at the next level, if they choose, to advance their career goals more so than just focus their sports goals?
Okay, so I have greatly changed in the last 10 years my thoughts on some of that. When my kids were coming up and going to college, I'm like, oh, you got to get a degree, get in corporate America, be like me, climb up the ladder as far and fast as you can. You know what? No. I think you should have as many experiences and many journeys as you can. I have had the Mercedes, I've had the big houses, I've had the little houses, I've lived in a motorhome. I've done all of it. And it is all about the people I've met and the things that I've done and the experiences.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, the best parts are usually when everything hit the fan. I mean, it really is. When you look back at what some of the best things you've ever done is when it didn't start out the way you thought it was going to start out, and being able to live through it. And that's one of the reasons we started the Pity Party Chronicles campfire group on Facebook, is to tell the stories when you now can go back and look. So if you had asked me 15 years ago, I would have told you corporate America is really big and really huge. And I would say there's time. I have seen people gone and travel all over the world, do all kinds of things, and at 30 decided, and it really is an education. And they really are better workers, and they have better processing skills and thought processes, and they're able to handle stuff that they wouldn't have been able to do. And let me tell you, Colby is a perfect example, my son. He told me when he was 13, he would not make it to 29. And this is before the accident, because he wanted to be a base jumper and a wingsuiter, for skydiving. And he said, Mom, it's not a question of if, it's when, and I'm going to be the best in the world. And that's it. I can't tell you how happy I was 2 years ago when he said, I like living too much. I'm not going to do it. And he said, my friends, and I've lost too many, and I will. And it goes, and it's not a question of when they're going to die, but I mean, if they're going to die, but when, because they are pushing the envelope, and that's their love and their desire. And you have to appreciate that as well. But yeah, so I would say, if they're into sports, I don't know that I would push them, but I would give them every opportunity to prove that's really what they want to do. And I would try everything in my power to help them accomplish what they wanted.
Yeah.
Businesses
got a
too, though.
question.
There's kids that want to start a business. Let them start it.
Let them start it. Yeah, I agree with that. I think just watching, like you said, with corporate, I think there's a little bit of a different ideology today.
Mm-hmm.
From the old style of go to school, go to college, get a job, live your life. I think you're right, because you miss out on so many experiences. Live your life, have those experiences.
There's time. There really
There's time.
is.
Helen, I want to ask you, because we're getting close to the 4th of July and we're also getting close to the close of this show. And we definitely have to have you back. I don't want to have to wait until we're at another $1 million mingle in Mason to ask
I
my
have a
question.
feeling that won't ever happen for you. I'm just saying.
Not going back.
You can come to Phoenix and Mason, stay with me, but don't
Yeah.
no mingles.
No
Yeah.
mingles. And we're just
No
gonna go to
mingle.
Cabo. Forget that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
What do you say to parents who, we're coming up on the 4th of July, and I see parents buying big kits of fireworks and all of this, and from the little babies that are almost still holding milk bottles all the way up to the oldest. What do you say to them about safety and your advice with your experience?
Well, I was one of those terrible people. I mean, I have had more drunk experiences with fireworks in my younger life than I would like to admit, as far as that's concerned, down in Mexico and that kind of thing. And Colby and them were not trying to light fireworks at the time that the explosion was. It was a static explosion, so it was an accident, but it still happened. And what I have learned about fireworks is this, and a lot of things in life are like this. Fireworks are great until they're not. And when they're not, it's really bad. And there's a lot of things that my mom used to say, after midnight is not good. It's like everything's good until midnight, and after midnight, it's not such a good thing. I still go see fireworks. They see fireworks, but they don't touch them anymore. They don't play with them anymore. They don't do anything. But I see, and especially in Arizona, because they're selling them on every corner, and it's 110 degrees outside, and I'm waiting for them to just start exploding on the side of the street. I just feel terrible. And it takes everything in my power not to get out and go, oh, don't buy these because my kids got blown up. But everybody's going to do what they're going to do. I wish them to be safe and be supervised.
Yep.
The kids weren't supervised. I mean, we didn't think they were near the firework where they were. We were all just about to eat dinner when we heard the explosion. And I mean, they literally were right next to us 5 minutes before, and it was like, they were gone. I mean, so I did not know there were fireworks up I didn't know that was up in the condo. Had I known that, I might have kept a better grasp on my kids.
Yeah.
Thank you. And things happen.
Yep,
Yeah, they
things
do.
happen. But you can rewrite the story. And I guess that's the pity party pivot does that. Bad things happen, sometimes unspeakable things, whether it be rape or incest or death or a stroke or whatever, or a fireworks accident. And you can rewrite the story. And I think that's the greatest gift I can give anybody is you be grateful that you're alive or that you didn't lose your entire hand or whatever the case may be, and rewrite the story with gratitude and go on and live your life well. Don't stop living because something happened to you. Don't let someone else or something else stop you from being or doing anything.
Amen.
Amen, Helen.
We're gonna have to wrap up there. That was great advice. Let's everybody unmute and give Helen a round of applause before we wrap up tonight.
Thank you guys so much.
Every
We loved
word,
having
Helen.
you.
Amazing.
Much
Yeah.
love.
That was
Absolutely.
really good.
Oh my
Then
God,
we
my
have to have
brother's
that.
here. It's my brother, Brian, my oldest brother is in the
Oh.
corner.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's right,
How long have you
Brian.
been here, Brian?
He just popped in. Good
Oh,
timing,
my
Brian.
oldest brother.
Thank you.
we love your sister.
Absolutely. She did
Yes.
fabulous. Great job. You should be proud, Brian. Well, you guys, as always, before we leave, we go out with a bang, no pun intended, with the song again, just so that everybody can dance and have a good time. So thank you all for coming, and please join us next time for Double Impact Live.
All right.
Thanks, you
Oh.
guys.
Thank
Love
you.
Thank you, Helen. We have to have you back.
Sounds good,
Yes,
Carla.
we do.
This is a movement. Two voices. One mission. Welcome to Double Impact Live. Hey! Yeah. Hey!
go,
smiling
Petra.
good.
We walked
Yeah.
through the fire, didn't break,
No pun
didn't
intended there either,
fall,
the
turned
fire.
pain into power. Now we
Right.
answer the call from the struggle to the spotlight. Yeah, we earned our place. Now we rise, now we lead, now we set the pace. You can feel it in the room, yeah, the energy's real. Every story, every scar,
Thank you,
yeah, we're here to
Julianne.
reveal. There's a purpose in the pressure, there's a
Yes,
plan.
thank you everybody for coming tonight.
In the light, no more silence, no more fear. We were built for this.
Remember, I ain't never been ordinary, nor have you.
That's right.
Especially you,
Be
Helen. You're
Hey,
not ordinary.
Helen. Woo! Not ordinary. That's right. And be unbothered, unbreakable, and unstoppable, you guys.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary, right there.
Be unordinary.
Double Impact Live. Every battle we face, yeah, it made us strong. Now we
Thank you, Tara Brown Coleman.
from confusion and clarity, from fear
That's right.
to control. Now we helping you.
And Brian,
rise, we
thank
speaking
you
for
so
your soul.
much.
We don't just talk, yeah, we walk what we teach from the storms.
Helen was gonna bring you back so we can learn some of that.
That's right. Brian's the next guest, isn't he?
This is your hour. If
Thank
you've
you,
ever felt
Candace.
stuck, if you've ever felt unheard,
Of course, Tara.
I agree,
Thank
Ryan.
you,
He said,
Tara.
leave the fireworks to the pros at Disney, and he'll just take photos.
for you.
I leave them to whomever, and I watch from TV
This is
in my
where
living
voices
room.
are heard.
Agreed.
This is where change begins. Double impact. Feel the fire ignite.
Come on,
New
Petra.
voices rising. Gonna light up the night. We don't back down. We don't play small. We stand up. We rise. We answer the call. Double impact. Yeah, we changing the
Candace said
and the pain and the
it's a great call. She loved hearing more about Helen's call.
welcome
We were
to
in
the
FedEx 3 together. Oh, wonderful. Helen's Quentin. Okay.
One mission.
Oh, Candace is here. Hi, Candace.
Let's go.
Candace said you all were in FedEx 3 together, Helen.
We were. She was great.
That's right. That's right. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody.
And Helen, you were absolutely wonderful.
Fabulous.
Thank
Yes,
Last minute,
thank
even. What a
you.
pivot.
Thank you.
That's what we were supposed to do, right?
That's right. That's right.
Candace, you look fabulous.
Did she hear you?
Yes, she did.
Thank you.
She is.
She has the most gorgeous smile.
She does.
You do.
Flash those pearly whites, huh?
She smiles with her eyes
Yeah,
also.
that's funny.
Good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
thank you.
I gotta
Good
go
night,
get ready
everybody.
to watch
Thanks, ladies.
movies with
It was
Aunt
great.
Shirley.
Ooh, tell Aunt Shirley hi. Good night,
I
everybody.
will.
Good
All right,
night.
we'll see you
Thank
guys.
you.
Take care.